the World family, what's up, y'all? Face and the tribe of knuckleheads are back with you with the leader of the knuckleheads, my brother Corey the Wolverine. Good friend, like family. Been a big part of Street Beefs, a big part of Neutral Corner, and a big part of what we do. Welcome, my brother. Corey, we're gonna start with this, man. You were the original founder of Neutral Corner, okay?
Yes.
And you founded it when?
What was it, back in 2018, 2019?
2018, I believe.
Yeah.
What made you want to start a gym?
Well, to be honest with you, you guys kind of inspired me as well, because at the time we were training in a basement, and I seen how many fighters we had in the area, and I said, man, we need to give these guys a bigger area than 11 by 11 to train for fighting. If we want to take it seriously, and I take things seriously, I'm a winner. I've always won. So, I wanted to get out of the 11 by 11.
Give them something good to train in.
Yeah.
At the time, I think when I met you, you had fought your last Toughman, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I won my first two, and then the rule was you could only win two. They changed it. You met me after I won my second.
Oh, yeah.
They changed it because I won my second after 2013. But then they changed it in 2019. I went back up there and
won that other one.
And there was actually 4 or 5 other two-time champions.
What made you like doing the Toughman? Just something about it drew you to it?
Well, as we all know, it costs money to fight amateurs and a lot of other things. I went to federal prison for a good period of time, 6 years. And when I came home, they were like, I already knew about it, that you could get a few $1,000s if you win.
Yeah.
And I was getting in great shape in prison. That's all, that's all we did.
Easy money.
That's how I looked at it.
Easy money.
Not looking like a problem.
Yeah.
And that's how it turned out. It turned out that way.
We got Neutral Corner now, and we built up a team. I know you
upgraded, big
upgrade, man. Building's crazy, but we always gotta, for one, give love to the man that had the original vision of Neutral Corner. I say to you, you had originally wanted to fight a pro fight, then you got incarcerated, and then when you got out, this happened, that happened, this happened, but you want to fight at least one pro fight before you get too old, right?
Yeah. Be honest with you, I come home, I won them few $1,000s with the Toughmans, and then I opened my own business, and I was making like $100,000 a year, and after doing 6 years in federal prison and then fighting, I was about 26, 27, and looking back on it, I should have kept running with it, but that money made me lazy.
But yeah,
I said, man, it's hard. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. When you're a pro, I'm not going to be a journeyman.
Right. You wanted to be your best.
And I was like, and then I ended up getting in trouble again on some stuff, and I ended up getting found innocent. But it, just took a turn here, took a turn there.
Well, you dabbled a couple times in the yard, and you've done a few smokers, and you went out to Cali. Several of us went out to Cali, y'all, to something called BLK Prime. Now, to tell y'all the gravity of this,
they're still throwing shows.
They're throwing shows with freaking Bud Crawford.
They hit me up again. No, they hit me up again. They hit me up again.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got the
boy did.
Des?
Well, no, old boy. He had the car, and he was trying to find some matchups, but the way the matchups, he knew what I was looking for, what he was looking for.
Yeah.
So it didn't even come to Spire. That's why I didn't bring it to you. But it was like short notice too. It was like he wanted it next week.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, listen. So to give y'all the gravity, we go out to BLK Prime, and this was like a professional setting, okay?
It is. No, he's a professional promoter. He promoted Bud Crawford, big professional, $1 million fight.
Well, we got Bud Crawford, Adrian Broner, and he's working on some other big names that he's brought out there. So that same promotion that, let's just be clear, we were some of the first that ever fought there. I fought a 6-round fight out there. Corey fought one, looked great. You fought a boy from Philly. What was that boy name?
King Panther.
King Panther, they called him.
Shout out to him. Real respectful man, doing a lot of good things for his community of Philly. 3-time Golden Glove, Southpaw, real slick fighter.
You look good in there.
Yeah, he was a real slick fighter. And listen, the people just quickly want to, I don't ever talk about it because I don't make excuses. This is not my MO. But he ran around talking about I weighed all this. Everybody knows that I don't ever weigh over 180 pounds. First of all, that's that. But let's talk about it for real. I was training the whole time to fight a rapper who never fought. And then 10 days before the fight, they switch in a 3-time Philadelphia Southpaw. And I don't say a word. I just tell them make sure they get the check right.
Yep.
And I never say a word about it. But he act like he was the one
that was wrong.
That was in the mist. Like if anybody, I'm in. I haven't. I wasn't ready for a gazelle. I was ready to fight someone that was standing in front of me. Someone standing in front of me.
Well, look, I can vouch because the same exact identical. I was supposed to fight a rapper too. We were fighting their. You were supposed to fight King. Or was you the one supposed to? What was his name?
One of them.
So he was supposed to fight.
Because Wolfman was going to fight King Erder, right?
Okay, it was Wolfman going to fight King Erder. So we had this crew from Philly of rappers. I was supposed to fight. I always forget his fucking name.
And let's be honest, they scammed old boy.
They took the promoter's money and they ran. So then,
if I'm a liar, show up.
Here's what happened. Now I'm gonna tell y'all. For me, I just wanted to fight. Corey and all them finally got matchups. His shit got switched, and I was like, well, damn, you can't get me nobody. So they called me wanting to put me against this pro boxer who had 49 professional fights. I said, I'll take it if I have to. Then that guy didn't take it for financial reasons. So finally they come, they're like, well, all we can get is this guy that's 70 pounds heavier than you. Dude look like a fucking bodybuilder. I said, I'll take it. And the rest is history. So they switched around, they played some games with us. But the big thing is this. We all had a blast. We fought out there. This is in San Francisco.
On the bay.
Beautiful.
Big time stage during COVID, so there was no crowds, unfortunately.
We did a couple events with them.
Yeah.
What'd we do, 2 or 3?
2 or 3,
yeah. Well, look, listen, I always like to keep a business door open, so shout out to BOK Prime,
Always.
So for the future, we got some youngins now here at Neutral Corner. Corey's an enthusiastic coach. He loves to see his fighters go, and we got some guys. We got 2 of them sitting right beside him right now.
I was about to say we got 3 of them in the room.
They going amateur. They will fight the next amateur. They've been amateur, but they're fighting the next amateur fight. That's the 24th.
I was about to say both of them fight 24th.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Morgantown,
Anybody tickets, hit us up. We get you discounts, all that. Tickets is a big show. Alcohol. They got entertainment. It's very nice. It's live. It's live.
Come get it. It's gonna be worth the show too. And look,
got pro fights on the card too. They got
pro-am.
Pro-am.
Yep. Now look, then we got 2 other guys that Corey's had a lot of input in helping build in Esteban and Money Meal fighting professional. That is March 16th. So
we plan to take them to the top.
Man, listen. Hey, listen. I'll say this, y'all, before we switch to the topics of the day. We couldn't do what this gym does without my brother. He really puts a good professional spin on things. He likes fighters to be technical. He sticks with that, He takes them, works them on the mitts, and he wants them to be technical.
And the main thing is, too, you can do as a coach, you can do everything you can for them, but you can't hold people's hands, make them run, make them do the grinding.
That's right.
This facility we got from Streetbeefs, Scarface, this allows people to, there is no excuse here.
None.
There is no payments. You want to grind 5 days a week, 6, 7 days a week, 8, 10, 15 hours a day. Come to Neutral Corner. You're gonna grind.
You're gonna get that work, y'all.
All day.
Hey, well, listen. Much love to my brother, the Wolverine. We're gonna flash in some clips of his Toughman fights. We appreciate you, bro. We usually start with the Israel-Palestine, and as y'all know, I stopped doing that because I felt like it hurt the mood of the podcast. But with this melds with something that we bring every week, Chrisean Rock. Chrisean Rock.
I don't even know what happened.
comes out and says the war in Gaza is due to Palestinians not believing in Jesus. Okay.
Look,
That probably does explain it, though. That explains
It's a
it.
dumb way to put it.
That explains
it
it.
was terrible.
Yeah.
Christians.
Yeah, now let me ask you though, and look,
War. I mean,
I'm gonna admit ignorance on this. Do Palestinians believe in Jesus? I don't know the answer.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I believe Palestinian is a mixed religious area. I believe it has a lot of different religions: Muslim, Christians, all of
the
it.
main reason.
You know what? You're right.
I think
He's
that's
right.
why there's a lot of conflict
melting pot
in
there.
Palestine, because they say it's my land, they say it's my land. No, we have rights, they have rights.
This war's
That's
been
the
going on
problem.
for years.
You know what? Say it again.
This war's been going on for years and years,
Well-
and it's been for the same reason.
Well,
Religion.
what just started it was over the church. See, what I heard was basically what started the whole thing was Israel went over to the basically Hamas, Palestine, whatever, and the Jews do a thing every year or whatever. No disrespect to any Jewish religions, I'm just ignorant to it, but they do some type of ceremony on this mount.
Right.
But they have control of it. It's in Palestine.
Right. Right.
But the Israel soldiers said no, and moved.
Right.
And then that's why they went and did something,
Yeah.
because they more or less kidnapped the people at this church or hill and said, no, we're going to let the Jews go in here.
Yeah.
Even though it's their house, their worship. Whoever's wrong or right, that's what I heard started it all. You know?
So I heard that too.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. My question in the beginning was dumb because we talked about this on the show before. So Palestinians, like Nate, I believe, said, has a mixture of beliefs. There's a lot of Christian in Palestine. So it wasn't because they don't believe in Jesus. Chrisean Rock, listen,
Jesus.
now,
I love Jesus, by the way. I got him tattooed on my arm, so no disrespect.
listen, I'm a
He's
Muslim
Christian.
and I love Jesus. Okay.
Well, he's a prophet. In it.
Right, he's a great prophet. You know, I don't beef with Christians
He's a
that
prophet
believe he's
in
the
the
Son of
Jews,
God.
a prophet in the
That's
Jews-
right.
Jews-
That's right.
yeah.
I just don't get the anger. Like I was watching a movie called Kingdom of Heaven. I don't know if you ever seen that.
Sounds familiar.
It's got Orlando Bloom, and it's about the Crusades. Now I don't know if y'all know about the Crusades where Christians were fighting against Muslims and like these big wars.
I do, yeah.
And
Thousands of years they would do.
think how insane it is. All right, these religions,
The good
both
guys.
of them. Yeah, this is supposed to be religions of peace, both of them. And you're out there swinging
God.
swords.
It's
God.
ironically the main reason wars happen.
It is.
Often.
Well,
Yep.
that's why
It is.
religion, when they
It is. And
dictate a lot of stuff.
sadly, it makes us, and I'm older, you're older, but the younger people, I mean, I'm hip to it too, because to me, more and more, it seems like it's more of a problem than a solution.
It is. And,
You know what I mean?
you see this killing, you see people fighting, you see people dying, and religion should be the thing that brings us
It
together.
should be the last thing.
tears
It should
everybody
make you
apart.
stop the war.
Yep, that's right. Well, Chrisean, let me say this. All right, we'll get off the war and we'll talk about Chrisean because she's had a mini war with Blueface, and we just talked about her last week. She lost the war when she got the tattoo on her face. Okay, she's at war. Yes, she is. Let me ask y'all. At this point, and I don't say this lightly, folks. Do you think Chrisean is suffering from mental illness?
Yes.
Well,
I feel like
mixed,
that from the jump ever since she dated.
mixed
You
with
know who
the
she is?
I vaguely, but I will say
You know who
this.
Blueface is?
Yeah.
His girl.
I feel like she
I know who she is, but I don't follow up on her, watch her act all stupid. I know she does or whatever. But point of more story is, I have enough faith in these guys if they're telling me,
Yeah.
I'm a ride with it.
Well, look.
mental illness with alcoholism.
Right. Here's the fucked up thing. I don't follow her either,
Listen,
brother.
anybody that's on alcohol real bad, I feel bad for you. I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of family members that have alcohol issues. Two different people.
Yeah.
Two different people, man.
Yes, like you'll see people that are alcoholics. I had a cousin, I'm not going to say his name, but we grew up together when we were little. This is not my cousin AJ. I love my cousin AJ.
Big cuz. Shout out
he,
Big cuz.
he knows who I'm talking about, though, because he had problems with this cousin, too. This cousin has the identical name of a sports icon. Anyways, this cousin, during the day, message me, talk to me, hey, cuz, what's up, blah, blah. Then at night, I'll get a message, what's up, motherfucker? And he'll just start flipping on me. And it's because he gets drunk. His father was the same way. His dad would be so disruptive because he would get drunk. And it's actually sad, you know? Because you get that addiction. I've suffered through addiction, but not to alcohol. But it's like alcohol destroys you.
Well, it makes other people not want to be around you too.
Yeah, it makes you obnoxious.
Me, I can halfway deal with my friend and still kind of, because worst comes to shove, I'll snatch them up outside. But like other people, like my wife, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, they don't want them around. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it makes it hard. Alcohol, man. The girls drinking all the time, and no disrespect to women, but women with social media, alcohol, boy, that's like
it's a bad mix. What do you think about the fact that, and I know you could go on a tangent on this, what do you think about the fact that for hundreds of years alcohol's been legal? We see all these crashes and killings and craziness with alcohol, and then marijuana just became legal.
Well, it was legal back in the day, and then they made it illegal because they were telling everybody they were scared to, the beef was gonna get the white girl.
I remember those heat ads they put out back in the day.
That's for real. Marijuana was legal until black people were free, and then the black people were trying to smoke some weed with the white.
You see the movie Reefer Madness?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I mean, that shit was just ridiculous.
But to the question, it's horrible because we know. Listen, I'm not saying alcohol should be illegal. I don't think anybody should. I think like what we do to people with drugs, right? Because you say people's doing crack, people's doing heroin. Well, they're gonna go do this. Well, if they're gonna go rob somebody, arrest them for the robbery, blah blah blah.
Right.
What's that movie, Tom Cruise, where they get the balls and they see the crimes before it happens? Whatever it's called. That's what I feel like we're doing with drugs. Like, if someone wants to do drugs, who are they hurting?
Right.
You want to take them, lock them in a cage. So I don't think anything should be illegal as long as you ain't got a victim. But when it comes to alcohol or marijuana, I mean, we all know what happens when someone gets drunk. Someone gets drunk, they're riled up. Even me, I'm a humble. I don't like, but I got a shorter fuse.
When you're drunk,
I'm gonna cut real too. I might smack you without saying something.
Well, in alcohol,
marijuana, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna.
And relax.
Somebody
else. Well, and secondly, alcohol eats your liver up. It eats your mess.
It's horrible.
But now, what do you think of the reports?
And you can eat edibles to get away from I have a couple people that come to the gym and they train. I tell them, look, you can't be smoking if you want to fight.
Right.
And I tell them, if
use
eat edible or something.
That's what I was going to ask you. So, a couple reports have came out, since marijuana's became acceptable, that people are suddenly that smoke a lot are having health problems, and that's something we never seen before. First of all, do you believe the reports?
Well, first of all, you're being negative. I haven't heard nobody say that.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Be positive. You're the only person I heard say that. You remember that? You remember who said that?
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Mike. I'm still waiting to meet you, Mike.
Boom, perfect timing.
I forgot about that.
He did that interview. He had that dude shook too. Shook.
You're being negative. I'm being positive. I haven't heard nobody say that.
Yeah. Mike Tyson asked you what you gonna do about it. Nothing.
Now, hold on. Now, let's get back to the question I threw away. Are you saying that now they're saying that people have long-term mental issues?
Well, no, they're saying one person actually had to get a lung transplant from vaping marijuana.
Vaping.
Yeah.
Vaping. Yeah. Now, we go to someone like, I'll use big shout out to my man Snoop Dogg.
Right.
We'll go to people who we know been smoking forever, and he's got the cash to get nothing but the best grass in the West Coast.
And he's fine.
I mean, how old is Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, that's a good
I'm
point.
nobody. When I used to smoke weed heavy, I would smoke a 50 pack of blunts, a 50 box every 3 days, and he got me beat.
But isn't even Kenny, what's his name? Kenny Rogers, or Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, Cheech and Chong. They're even better examples.
But that's what I'm saying. There's no BS. I've been prescribed marijuana since 2018. I use marijuana, and I don't use anything. I've never taken creatine my whole life. I eat nonstop. and everybody will tell. I'm almost 40. I'm ripped. I don't even do abs. I smoke weed.
Oh, and you in good shape.
When they made marijuana, look it up. When they made marijuana illegal in the NFL, I said, these crazy. What are they doing? Right. But then I listened to their conclusion of why.
Right.
They said because it allows people to recover faster, deal with stress, and relax and recover faster. When they said that, I said, but that's what they say. It's an enhancer. So when they said that, I was like, I said, well, damn, well, at least they're trying to make a little bit of sense now but here's the thing. Don't tell me you're going to give the man the Oxycontin for pain, but you ain't, because they got the research now done that the marijuana is doing just the same as the opiates for the pain relief.
Well, a lot of people, there's cancer patients that are prescribed marijuana.
And they use, and that's a different type of vape.
Right.
They use the thing that actually vapes it into like a balloon that vaporizes it. The vapes that people use, even for the cigarettes.
It's hard on your lungs.
It's a whole different thing.
It's like a whole other chemical or some shit that they put in there.
See, I didn't know there was a chemical.
When you do with the marijuana, what they call they're expensive, like $700-800 for the cancer patients. When you do it with the way, it doesn't burn it at all. It just turns the weed like brown.
Oh.
And it takes it all out, and then it's like a mist, but it's different than the vape. That's like a liquid. It actually does have to heat it up and heat it to its.
That explains people getting lung transplants.
Well, you don't even know where that shit coming from.
Right. No. Well, they don't know what else you're putting in it.
Right.
The flavors and all that stuff.
They were trying to ban them there for a while.
I don't personally like the vapes. When I smoke the vapes, it just makes me tired, and weed never really makes me tired.
Well, on the subject of drugs, and I got to go real wacky on y'all. There's a woman in Florida who gets pulled over by the Florida State Police. And they get searching her purse. They find a few bags of coke in her purse, and she said that the wind blew these bags of coke from the street into her purse.
Stick with it, because one thing, certain things are sore. You get a good lawyer, I bet you it was a legal stop. I bet you it was a legal stop.
I bet they stick with that story, they get off too, bro.
Well, stick with that story.
Listen,
they gonna get some possession charge.
You'd be shocked, and Corey's knowledgeable about this, and I've been to court so many times. You would be shocked the defenses that you can use. And look, I will say this first. Shout out to O.J. Simpson. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know whether he was guilty or not. All I can say is if you go look at the evidence from the case, they had drops of his blood on the carpet. They had drops of Nicole's blood on the carpet of his vehicle.
Well, what I like about that is he didn't get found innocent. The cops found him innocent because they messed up.
Well, put it this way. You would think with the evidence they had, there was no way he was getting away with it, or getting found not guilty, but he was. And in this day and age, you'd be shocked. As long as you got a defense, you might
that's
win.
what's sad. The system's sad because it literally targets, makes money, profits. I mean, they got stocks and bonds on prisons now, and the one judge in Chicago got in trouble for putting some juvenile in there. Come find out, he killed himself. He come home for a stick of gum or something. Come find out. He got stocks and bonds in the juvenile jail.
Oh, I remember that.
Sending kids there, getting paid.
But didn't he get prosecuted for that?
He got in trouble.
He deserved it.
That's why we heard about it.
Yeah.
We would never heard about it until they got caught. But that's what's going on in the system.
He was basically getting a percentage.
Meanwhile, they're giving people and little boys and stuff and little girls 5 years, 7 years, 8 years. You get caught with some cocaine, they gonna give you 10.
No, quick. Yeah, so I tell you, honestly, man, the justice system, and I'm not going to get too deep into your case.
I'm excited though with the younger generations coming in. We actually have two. I just heard on the radio over here. I'm not some big politician, but I do listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Two generation. What generation are y'all? Z, X, Z. We have two Generation Z people now actually in politics.
Really?
Elected. So that's good, man. Getting these young. I don't believe in having. Listen, 70, 80 years ago, they were giving life sentences to people for a couple ounces of weed. They're still giving that life.
Not be 80-year-old politicians.
They're still giving life sentences in Alabama and Georgia for an ounce and a half of weed to people, and this is in 2020.
That sounds right.
We don't need those people. Like if we can't agree not to put people in the cages for that, we can't agree to much.
So let me ask you this, and I I don't know if I'm right or wrong about this. Amsterdam or one of those places legalized. I know the weed's legal. I know that.
It's pretty much everything.
That's what I was going to ask you.
There's a lot of Portugal.
Yeah.
Portugal and countries like that. You look at the statistics, which I have.
Yeah.
The overdose deaths non-existent. Why? Because unlike here, where they try to tell you, "Oh, you're not going to get in trouble if you call us."
Right.
Everybody, when they're doing the dope, they know that they're going to get in some type of trouble.
Right.
They're going to have to tell on somebody, set somebody up. So that's why people are overdosing. Why? It ain't the drugs. It's because they're scared to call 911.
Well, yeah. No, listen.
In other countries, it's legal. You can go get as high as you want. No one's dying.
Yeah. I had a beloved family member that overdosed, and they're laying on the floor, convulsing.
I've had a few moments.
And the person they were with was like, they told me not to call the ambulance because they're on probation. And finally, I was like, no, fuck that. We're calling.
And this is you got to understand, these people were high.
Yeah.
This is the logic. They're doing things that they normally, if they were sober, they would have picked up a phone.
Well, that's right.
It's crazy because we're sober, but we can't judge them in the situation because they're high. They're thinking about going. They know what's going on. They're gonna get 10 years, assisted murder.
Well, that's right. And that, listen, I'll say this before we go to the next subject. The drug laws in America, they call us the land of the free. We have more incarcerated citizens than any country on earth. That is a fail.
A guy won a Nobel Peace Prize just writing about it from some other country in 2008, and also in 2018, the United States of America actually sent our top district attorneys to countries like Portugal to figure out their system. For the longest, they said they were lying about the statistics.
Yeah.
Because they were showing kids' use dropping off, and I seen like interviews at HBO. They're interviewing these 18, 19-year-old kids. Are like, are you gonna, now that when you turn 21, are you gonna go in there? And they're like, no. You see these people coming out of here?
Right.
It's like we see alcoholics here. We know they're drunks. Here, but you see, we were just watching a movie the other night. They got the coke, they having a good time, they party and drink, but they don't show you the downfall.
Well, no, and
they polarize it.
When
they put you in a cage for doing it.
When it's legalized, you get to sit there and watch all the ins and outs.
That's not BS. All these rich and famous people do it freely, willingly, talking about it.
On camera,
writing
on YouTube.
books, writing books about it. The president dude put a video. If I made a video of me weighing crack cocaine on scales with the digis,
you going to the penitentiary?
They'd be at your store.
Back.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's nuts.
Speaking of crime and stuff in America, the man who created the Glock switch in 1987 now says he regrets creating it. He said he originally made it to sell to the military. And
Glock.
Yes, the switch. Okay, you know what a switch is. So they take it turns it fully auto.
Okay, no, okay, I know what you're talking about.
And you got these young kids now. Well, look, probably the most devastating video you'll see with a Glock with a switch. There's police. I don't know what state, but you can look this up. Police are serving a high-risk warrant on this dude.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, he was hiding inside behind his mother.
And he's hiding inside, and you hear. Hits the lieutenant coming in, drops him dead. And this is just a Glock with a simple switch put on it, and it turned it into a machine pistol.
Well, let's be honest, right? If that guy wouldn't have invented it, who else would have?
Well, that's true, but...
And I think technically all you have to really do is really file down the pin and stuff, and you could probably make it...
and that, look, the sad thing is, if there's any way to turn a weapon, into something better... If you want to do
something illegal, you don't care about doing something illegal to the gun to go do something illegal.
Right. But if there's any way, to do something and make it enhanced, people are going to find a way to do it. The only way to...
Them bump stocks.
Yeah.
I heard they were trying to get rid of them. I don't know if they did.
Did they ever outlaw bump stocks?
They said they were trying to,
Jeff's got one.
And silencers in a lot of places, right? Or you could still get those.
Look, the silencer thing to me is the dumbest thing. So check this out. Silencers were not invented to be quiet killing weapons. That's not why they were invented. Silencers were invented because rich people on estates wanted to be able to go out on their estate next to their neighbor's estate and target practice without disturbing the peace. So they made silencers. Well,
I wonder how much that makes sense for like hunting.
Maybe. I don't know, but I know this. I sincerely doubt if you legalize silencers
Yeah.
I guess it could. I mean, if somebody had a silencer, it'd make it easier to kill.
Well, you miss, you might get another shot.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
might not spook everything in the area.
But you know, with the switch, I just wonder, because Corey mentioned bump stocks. We talked about silencers. In the end, a gun is going to kill you. I mean, yes, it makes it a little more deadly, but let's face it, if you take a 9mm and empty the clip just regular, somebody's still going to die.
The cost of a switch.
And
Yeah.
it'd probably be more effectively and
Cheap.
more
I think-
efficiently.
I think these switches are cheap.
They don't.
cheap,
Yeah.
so
And
it's,
it's easy
They
to get.
so it's cheaper and easier to switch a handgun than it is to go buy something better.
Them
you
elite
know?
soldiers, they don't make their rifles fully automatic. They either shoot on single or triple for a reason.
Well, yeah, because
It's more efficient, more
right.
more
You're not
exact.
blowing away rounds.
Yeah.
You know,
They got guns for blowing away rounds, you know. They got Hueys and shit.
Not
for
a
that.
handgun.
You know, yeah.
so a switch is okay. So it's a little more expensive than what I thought. They're averaging between 150 and $500 for a switch.
not to
you know,
your gun.
And I guess that's a cheap switch because I just seen one for $1,500. For the record, first of all, do not go out and buy a switch. Do not do anything illegal.
Don't do it.
We're not recommending it at all. In fact, we're telling you not to do it. Okay.
Guns down, gloves up.
Guns down, gloves up is what we live by out here.
right.
Now, let me ask you, Corey. The youngins always ask me, well, back in the 90s, you know, could you get a fair fight more often than you can now? I'll tell you my response, and I want to hear yours. I always said, I felt like I fist fought more in the 90s, but if you look at the murder rate, we had 4 times the murder rate in the 90s that we do now. So it's like motherfuckers would shoot and kill you, but you could also get a fair one at sometimes.
Well,
Like you can get away with it too, though.
the thing about the fair one is, I think, you know, most time you're fighting someone is because you've been dealing with them.
Right.
Right. So it's
They don't want to gun you down.
someone in your neighborhood, you know, you're playing basketball, you know, you're playing video games, something going on
Yep.
about a girl. Motherfuckers just want to whoop you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to kill you. Yeah.
Now, you know, we all know about, you know, if you get into the drug game and on the blocks and, you know, you live that type of life, you know, stuff happens in that type of life, you get shot. See, people don't want to fight when it comes to, you know, robbing you and things like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, now these youngins, my son.
But now I believe nowadays people are more or less to fight and use a weapon, definitely more so than back in the day. Because back in the day, like I said, you get a fight. I mean, what's his name? My man David Chappelle. He told the funniest joke ever. It's funny, but it's got like the black dark side of it about the kids going to schools, you know, shooting up the schools.
Right.
He said, you know, I hate school. We all, you know, a lot of us didn't like school. We went to school. We never thought about doing something like that. He said, why don't you try skipping school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who comes up with this stuff? Like, when we went to school, there was none of that.
Yeah, listen.
You got a good
Like,
point
what
there,
in these
man.
kids' heads? It's like, but like that. I laughed my ass off at it because that's what I did. Like, okay, we're done eating lunch. Let's go down the hill. We out.
If you don't like it, don't go.
we
You
roll.
know?
We roll out.
I mean, yes, it's breaking the law, but it's a little less breaking the law than shooting up your classmate.
But yeah, so yeah, I think for sure back in the day the mentality was definitely a lot different when it comes to just shooting on nonsense.
So let me
I
ask.
think it comes to hopelessness, like the youth today.
It does. No, it
I looked up a
does.
statistic that the youth say they're like 50% is depressed, hopeless, this and the third. And I got 2 younger stepchildren. Of course, my younger daughter, but my stepson, he's 18, 19, going national, trying to find himself.
Yeah.
I see him going through it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
But you know, you got to ask yourself, what is so hopeless about modern day? I think it's the
They're
internet.
scared.
Cost of living,
They're
man.
scared
That's
to
the
me.
problem.
They're scared about life. See, me, when I was young, I just was ready to live the life.
Well, yeah.
Let's run.
Yeah, let's have fun, you know?
All motherfuckers can't afford their rent either, and that's part of the issue.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about
There you
it.
go.
Yeah.
That's real. That is
Yeah.
real.
You gotta admit, me and my first baby's mother, we had an apartment at I was age 16, okay? And we were paying for it. We were paying for the apartment.
How much was it?
It was an efficiency apartment for $235 a month.
I had my own
That's
place
probably
in
when
70s.
minimum wage was $3 though.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, it was still, look,
Still, though,
adjusted for inflation, it would probably be like $580, $590.
Nowadays it'd be like $1,500.
Right.
Yeah, $2,000.
Well, now, look at
You go down to
this way.
New York?
Before I moved down here, the house I stayed in, I stayed there for 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
I paid, what was it, $850 a month for that house.
Yeah.
When I moved out, they didn't do nothing new to the house. They just cleaned it up, fixed it up. They charged the next people $1,750.
Damn.
Holy fuck.
That's
See,
the difference
hey,
in 12 years.
they got-
They only raised my rent one time $50.
they knew they couldn't do that to you with a straight face, so they get you out of there, you know.
But they had some other,
Yeah.
shout out to the snakes and the fakes.
Snakes and
Had
the
to mow
rats.
grass and
Hey.
take the trash.
But you see, we doing good, baby.
Always.
You know.
We don't even, you know how they say, I ain't too big to think about it, I just ain't got time to think about it.
That's right. Look, I'm gonna set it off today. All right. There's a group called Outkast. Y'all may all know them, but in this song, all right, there's been a bunch of blowback this week about Killer Mike winning the Grammy.
They need to leave Killer Mike alone, man.
A bunch of people talking about they don't know who he is. A bunch of young people, I don't know who Corey, you know who Killer Mike is,
I
right?
know who he is.
Yeah. So
I don't
look,
watch him or nothing like that. I don't know if he's got a YouTube station.
well, he's a rapper
Yeah,
from
yeah.
back in the day. But now look, Outkast, the whole world. All right, weird ass video. It's like set in some carnival tent. The beat's real wacky.
Was that back when he was wearing those weird ass outfits?
Well, he was always
always-
that
yeah.
always.
Still.
But listen,
That's the-
Killer Mike's verse on that motherfucking song is a work of art. If you want to know how good Killer Mike spits, go check out that verse. That's the main reason I like the song. So check it out, the whole world. Killer Mike, Outkast, good song. Movies we love. I'm gonna make this very, very quick. Now this is old school. People ain't gonna like this unless they into old school. But Clint Eastwood, Every Which Way But Loose. This motherfucker riding around in a tractor trailer, getting into fist fights for money. He had a pet orangutan with him.
Clint Eastwood?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I told
think
people
I've
he's
seen that
really
one.
cool.
It's good. There's a bunch of bare knuckle fights in it. You gotta love it if you're a man, you know. Every Which Way But Loose. What you got, son?
I already told you my song, man, by Benzino. I get tired. Look, I just want to talk about him real quick. He came at the GOAT all wrong on Rap Elvis. Now he's
Yeah.
talking about he's filming a video for it.
How's he gonna have them short ass arms in the video?
He a walking L. All right?
He is.
That's all I got to say.
Listen, from our generation, Benzino was a walking L. Like nobody fucked with him back in the day.
I'm
either.
thinking he's talking about the same dude. That's what I was.
Yeah, he's nobody ever fucked with
That's
him.
why I was like, how does he even know who he is?
Yeah, just because he came at Eminem, you know.
I was like, how did you even know who he is?
He's
like,
a-
I don't even know none of his songs. Like,
If
and I know
MGK set the bar up,
Eminem
this
crushed
is-
him. I don't even know who he is.
He's trash.
Well, I know that. Yeah.
He's trash. Well, look, yeah, no, I agree. MGK,
Yeah,
his
yeah,
disc was pretty good.
That was as good as it gets.
Machine
Yeah.
Gun Kelly.
What you got for a track song?
I'll take the GOAT of our generation, Kendrick Lamar. My favorite song by him is Compton.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Dre. Song Good Kid, Mad
What
City.
you know about Dr. Dre, man?
Come on, now.
What the hell?
Hey, that's what's up.
I ain't grow up with him either, man. I was on
Shit,
Pandora
young,
back
man,
in middle
young.
school.
Is
that your
just
favorite
swiping
album?
through Good Kid, Mad City. Absolutely.
Kendrick.
That was a good
Absolutely.
album.
I got a picture of the album in my room.
You know, I actually got that
Oh,
album.
do you?
Yeah. What?
You got the album?
He bought it from Walmart, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was
Hey, they
$25.
slinging the
bro, I
vinyls
see
now.
it. I
Don't
see
get
it
mad
posted
at
up in there.
Corey, who your favorite rapper?
Favorite rapper?
Yeah.
My favorite rapper of all time?
Yeah.
Probably Tupac.
See, he knows what's up. Youngins, y'all don't know, man. But you got a track that you've been listening to this week.
I listen to all Tupac stuff. I mean, every time I get in the shower, I put the Tupac station on while I'm in the bathroom. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, right? My favorite one of my favorites of all times that really hits home, especially nowadays. I've lost some homies here recently from gun violence. I was locked up with, and then from drugs and whatnot. I Ain't Mad at You.
Yeah,
That's always been like one of my favorites since back in the day. And then you look into the fact of his life. He was kind of portraying his death, and he died like right after this.
Well, and look, in the video, he gets gunned down he's leaving a party.
Right.
He gets gunned down by an unknown assailant.
That's why all of this say he's still alive, because he had so much.
Yeah.
You know, he theorized his death so much.
And the dude fired 6 shots.
Right.
It's just crazy. But, I remember I was in Pittsburgh jail when that came out, Allegheny County. And he had just died.
Double this, all eyes on me.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the GOAT.
The GOAT.
What you got?
For my song, it's from Travis Scott. My Eyes. The album, Utopia, should have won Rap Album of the Year.
No.
So you feel Killer Mike shouldn't have won?
No.
Did you listen to
I
that
listened to that album.
That he won the Grammy on?
I didn't feel like he deserved it.
I didn't listen to the whole album. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
Even
You
the OGs
couldn't get through
hated
it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, bro.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I listened to the whole album. I listened to a couple tracks. Look, here's where I'm going off beat. I didn't listen to none of Travis Scott's, so I can't give an opinion on the matter. The only thing I'm giving an opinion on is everybody saying, who the fuck is Killer Mike? Killer Mike has been known as a musical genius in our generation for a while. He just was underground. He was not known, okay?
Well, he wasn't commercial.
He wasn't commercial.
I will say that album though was ridiculous. The
Was that his
numbers.
first Grammy for an album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was his first Grammy. And look, Travis Scott, all the uproar about it, maybe he did deserve to win it,
He's just been
did.
robbed a lot in the Grammys.
Yeah,
That's all it
Statistics
is.
on
That's
that
why
album are
everybody's
stupid.
mad.
Yeah.
Like if you look the numbers up on that album, it really is.
Well, look at it like this. He's still getting that money.
Yeah.
Even if he ain't getting that
That motherfucker
accolades.
was on Fortnite.
Well, that's
he got paid good. I don't give a
They've
damn.
been talking crap on the Grammys for the longest about.
They always, look when fucking Kanye came out because Taylor Swift won it, and Beyonce really should have won it that year.
Yeah.
So
shout out
Jay-Z
Kanye,
said
man.
something about it again this year.
yeah,
He got up there and said something. I don't know what it was, to some effect. He made some speech.
yeah. I mean, come on.
They send these invite out, I think, to people, and they make them seem like they're gonna win or some shit just to get them out there, and then they give it to somebody we've never heard of.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like that should have been anybody but Killer Mike. I mean, we
Yeah.
had Drake and 21's out.
That's actually just a hater comment.
We had Travis.
Anybody
and
but
Lana.
Killer Mike,
And
that's
we
a
had-
hater
and we had-
comment.
and
I gotta
and
say
we had
it.
Metro Boomin in the lineup.
So
I ain't
look.
mad at it, though. I ain't mad at it, though.
Look, now from my old head, I'm gonna throw flame on this. I didn't know Mike had even put out an album. I'm gonna be real.
That's why.
When I seen all the controversy, I said, what the fuck? So I went and looked, and I said, oh,
What if
okay.
that's a mainstream thing? Like he's not as mainstream as like Kendrick's, and maybe they just don't push it as much.
It could be. Well, Mike has always been
Not as
underground.
commercialized.
Right, he's
Yeah.
not commercial,
Yeah.
He don't have one of these big commercial companies pushing stuff. He does it, makes probably more money that way too.
Yeah,
Well, he does. He's independent. He's made a lot of money,
His right to his own stuff.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
This is not by design, okay? This is not by design. The two biggest pieces of NFL news this week are Ravens news. Lamar Jackson wins his second MVP.
Top 20 all time.
Todd, look,
Don't chat to me.
listen, you know the names on the list of quarterbacks that won 2 MVPs? Every one of them's a Hall of Famer. Let's start there. So I'd say Lamar's already, regardless. You want to talk about his postseason success. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's already won 2 MVP. What are you going to do?
Win 2 more.
He just
He's a monster. Listen, he's a monster. If he stays
does
healthy,
everything.
that's the only thing, any quarterback.
Right. If he said, now, Corey, let me ask you. You watched the AFC Championship game, and I'm going to get to my question in a minute. For the record, Lamar Jackson, let's start. Patrick Mahomes had like 240 yards and a touchdown passing. Lamar Jackson had 280 yards and a touchdown passing. Lamar Jackson also added 60 rushing yards on top of that. The difference was his interception. And everybody's like, oh, he played like shit in the AFC Championship game. He had that one bad throw where he threw into triple coverage. But let's be clear, it was with 7 minutes left.
But didn't old boy miss a field goal too early or something?
Yeah, dude missed it. Yeah. Then on top of it, you had Zay Flowers fumbling a touchdown pass that Lamar threw right at the goal line.
And then that one play
That
where
taunted.
where the ref didn't, would they go for a 4th
Yeah.
or 3rd down or something?
They straight tackled our
Yeah. I hit him.
Yeah.
Blatant. It's like, come on.
You can't put that loss on Lamar, and that's what I seen on the comments today. Well, look, he choked in the AFC champion. Again, he played great, except for that one bad throw.
It
Let's
makes
be
me
clear.
start thinking that they're trying to, get these refs to lean towards certain because of the whole Taylor Swift bringing. Listen, they're doing the numbers.
She brought in $300 million more.
Right? More viewers,
You
different crowd,
cannot-
different genre, whatever you want to say, right?
You
So,
can't tell me if you're Roger Goodell.
I watch NFL all the time. Listen, you can watch every play and you can say, okay, holding. Damn near every play you can find something
Yep.
to call.
Yep.
But you're not gonna call that?
Dog, they almost tackled him.
Right, but
there was
then
3 of
you
them.
had a bunch of other calls too that were missed. There was a couple other. There was like another big one that they missed. I can't remember what it was, but there was 2. I was just like, what the?
Let's just point out the numbers. The Ravens had, I believe, 9 or 10 penalties for over 130 yards. That's one.
But Kansas City Chiefs defense is what won them that game.
No, they were great.
That's
They
the
were
only
great.
thing that won them the game. That and the calls.
But if you take those calls away, the Chiefs only had 2 penalties. Okay, the Ravens had like 10 for 130 yards, and that don't count all the missed penalties that should have went against the Chiefs.
I'd like to see each game the Chiefs has played in the playoffs.
Oh, I would too. I would too.
What the numbers are, how many penalty yards to pose the other team. Because we know the numbers, right? We know the numbers. We know the NFL's in it for one thing and one thing only. The owners, all of them. They might say they love football.
They said,
money.
I had a bunch of people telling me before the game, Face, it's going to be, you're not going to win. It's a conspiracy. They brought this ref in. They're going to fuck you. I said, man, get out of here.
And then he was making bullshit calls.
And then he did exactly what everybody said he was going to do. So, listen, y'all got to tighten up, yo. Look, Lamar Jackson, though, 2-time MVP. I don't blame you for the AFC champ loss, and we will be back. Young Zay Flowers. I
had him on my fantasy feed.
He fumbled at the goal line. That hurt, but you know what hurts worse? He is under investigation for domestic violence.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Now, if y'all want to know how scary this is for Ravens fans, let me break it all down.
Than Ray Rice.
Well, Ray Rice is what's in my head. Because look, Zay Flowers, we've tried for years to draft a good receiver, and we've choked over and over and over.
We got Zay Flowers.
Now we got Zay Flowers, who looks like he's that guy. Well, let's rewind. Ray Rice in 2013 was the best offensive player on the Baltimore Ravens, bar none. The best. Then a video comes out of him beating his girlfriend up in an elevator. The Ravens said, bye. They didn't even think about it, cutting. If they charge Zay Flowers, they're going to cut him. He's gone.
To the Raiders.
I don't think, like they... And that's what killed me, I'm telling you. The Raiders will take him too. They'll be like, yo, come on, man.
Yeah, they don't care. They'll take
Corey, let me ask you, I'm going to ask all of y'all. Do you think that it's right, though? Because when they cut Ray Rice, they cut him when he was charged. Are we not in America innocent until proven guilty?
Right. But
People
the
here
only
weren't
bad thing
charged.
with that situation had the video.
Right.
Oh, yeah, because there was surveillance.
That's a good point.
There's a video of you doing something like that I can see an organization who's
That's a
supposed
good
to be a role
point.
model.
That's a really good point, because when it first came out that he had been charged and they were investigating, they didn't cut him. They didn't cut him till that video came
As
out.
soon as that video come out.
Yep.
See, because then you know you're guilty.
Right.
You can say whatever you want. Video don't lie.
So, Zay, as long as there's
Which I
not
feel
some
bad.
video.
I feel bad for a lot of these situations because these guys a lot of times are young men who just now getting money that they've never seen in their life, right? So they got women around them.
Right.
that they ain't never dealt with like in their life, and they're partying, having good times.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And things get out of control. I've never hit no woman, and believe me, I've been in a lot of situations where the woman probably deserved to get whopped, but I haven't, thank the Lord, yet. But you know, I feel bad for them because it takes two. People look at it the wrong way. You know, a lot of times, girl, I've been hit up in the head. I mean, these women will. They're trying
assault
to fight
you.
you.
They'll assault you. Yeah.
I've had girls pick up bats coming at me.
Yeah.
I mean, a normal
and always
normal
restrained
dude,
herself.
A normal guy would have whooped her just off the GP. He's trying to survive.
Right.
And then they're gonna play the victim.
See, yeah, exactly. See, me, I'm so dominant. I'm able to control. You know, unless I get a gold Rush of Shields or something.
Hey, she will fight.
I'm at to hit her. You know, because she's throwing hands. But
She gonna try to put you down.
these men, they get with these girls, and let's be realistic, a lot of them are just in it for one thing. They're around you for the one thing.
Meal ticket.
Right?
Yeah.
So what else is in their mind? Did they already know? What's this culture, right? Another meal ticket.
Yeah.
Go ahead, motherfucker. Fuck you. There's third drinks on your face. As men, you know, you gotta sit there and. But as men, you want to get up. Are we in Russia still? Let me go ahead and hit you.
Does everybody remember when Solange, Beyonce's sister, attacked Jay-Z in that elevator?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she was digging off in his ass.
Yeah.
I'm talking about digging off. He did restrain himself. But now, I want to make a point. I want to be clear. None of us are saying, if Zay did assault this lady, of course, we feel he should be punished. And he should lose what he has. Okay, if he seriously assaulted her, if it wasn't self-defense, if there wasn't no bullshit in it.
The stuff with Ray Rice, I don't know the whole situation, but that clip of the video, it don't look good.
It didn't look good at all. You know,
well, you gotta know
him. She wasn't. He just like, shut up. I'm gonna clip you.
Right.
I'm gonna get you up in here.
Right. You know, so Zay, I'm praying you didn't go over the line, brother.
And I pray for all the guys, because I've been through it with girls, man, literally that do stuff to me and then call the cops.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk to the cops because I'm just that type of guy. I go. So then the cop, you leaving the scene of what crime? What'd I do?
I didn't do nothing. Yeah.
I hear talking to you guys. I'm gone.
Well, you know, ultimately, ladies, you gotta be more. Women, you know, some of them get angry and
some of them just don't think
at all.
Well, listen, and we're all humans, and no one's perfect. And once again, you know, they're probably drinking too, and you know, alcohol. Back to the alcohol, right? I bet you if they were smoking some weed, they wouldn't have. If Ray Rice and his girlfriend was in there smoking weed, eating edibles, he wouldn't have hit her on the elevator.
Like, pass me them donuts. Pass me them.
Last thing he would be thinking about is hitting somebody. He'd be like, man, do I really gotta hit you right now? Like, are you for real trying to mess my buzz up?
Man, you know there's cameras in that damn elevator.
But that alcohol, you know, if people get that alcohol in them, it's like, it's gas.
It's over the top.
When you got adrenaline and people like us, man, who are athletes and stuff, when you light that fuse,
it's hard to put it out.
It's hard, man.
It really.
What I got is there was a 17-year-old kid in India, right? I'm not even gonna try to tell you the name of where he was because I'll probably butcher it.
Mispronounce it.
Yeah, he was 17, right? He woke up one day and his jaw was like his right side on his face was real swollen.
Right.
So he's like, man, I gotta go to the dentist to try to see what this is. His parents didn't want to go because they were poor.
Right.
But it got so bad that they're like, man, we're gonna go down there. So go down there, right? And the doctor it took them 6 hours to do what they had to do, right? They found a tumor down in the bottom of his right jaw, right? It was growing extra teeth. He had they dug out over 230 extra teeth.
Yeah.
Because the tumor, I guess it was a rare tumor, it started growing a bunch of teeth.
Acting like a whole new mouth.
Yeah. So it took them 6 hours with 4 different doctors. They had to remove over 230 extra teeth that he had.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going around.
Yeah, that right there.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Millions for the tooth fairy.
200. Well, yeah, at least put teeth under your pillow.
Yeah, 230 of those under the pillow.
Well, you know, it's crazy because a lot of those countries, that's why if you go into a doctor and you're sick, they'll say, have you traveled out of country? Because there's a lot of stuff in other countries that they aren't vaccinated for that we are.
Just in the water. A lot
of the tumor that he had. There was a name for it.
They say not drink the water in Mexico. They're telling you that for a reason. They're not just playing games.
Now, a tumor, though, is that, I mean, would you get that from contamination or is that just something?
I don't know.
You can't. Radiation.
Yeah.
They said what kind of tumor it was.
Radiation caused it, of course, DNA, genetics.
You know, I'll put it like this. If I found that I had 200 extra teeth growing in my mouth, I probably wouldn't be able to sleep after that. I'm going to be real.
Yeah, he had 232 extra teeth, exactly.
Damn, son.
They dug them all out, man.
Hey, well, listen. Shout out to the legend, Wolverine, my brother, our brother. Hey, for those that don't know, that's Mr. Let's Work.
Let's work.
Go check out NCB Fight Life on YouTube. Got an Instagram page too.
Yeah, they'll always look me up on Instagram. Last name WLASH. Can't miss it.
Get my man
that last name to relate it to.
Loves boxing like the good book. Knows the sport. If you want some knowledge, go get it. My brother, you know we love you. We out. Don't let the world bust you up. Swing back on it. We'll see you next time.